Well, we're on the road leaving out of Death Valley to the, I guess it would be the southeast. The Henry Wade exit road comes out in on 127. We're on our way up to the microwave tower. But this is a strange looking road today. We're playing in the sand dunes.
Go that way.
Okay, folks, we're heading up here to the Owlhead Mount Microwave Tower. We're gonna have story time with Bill and Windy Bill here. The story is back in the, I guess it would be the 60s. As a kid, we would come to Death Valley to prospect. My dad prospect back here. And this is how we'd come to Death Valley. But these were all this dirt road was like driving on a freeway. And how we did this is we would leave Apple Valley, Lucerne Valley, mostly Apple Valley where my grandparents lived. That'd be our overnight stop. And then we'd go to Barstow. We'd turn off at Barstow to go to Fort Irwin. And we'd go into Fort Irwin. Now you gotta realize Fort Irwin was a closed military base at that time. It was all abandoned. Occasionally, they would have a couple of kids in a Jeep patrolling, and that was their military weekend warrior duty. And my dad had that figured out real well. You run across one of them and they tell you you need to turn around, you hand them a beer, and they don't care. So we'd cut through Fort Irwin. We'd come out the back gate, which is up here a little bit further, and then we'd drop down. Depending where we was going, we would come into Death Valley. The nice thing about the base being closed back then is there's a lot of areas of Death Valley that you can't get to now because of the military base that were fabulous for prospecting and gold panning. And it wasn't a national park back then. It was only a national monument, and mining was allowed. In fact, we knew several people up here that had claims that they mined. But this road now, today, leaves a lot to be desired. I'll be back when I have more. At another mine, you can see they had the ore chute up there. They'd drop it in there, then they had a crusher set up, and they'd crush it and bring it down, then they would load it. And you look close, you'll see a fence up top, up there. Just a small mine on the way up here. And we're going to get back on the road and continue up. This is on the road going up to Owlhead Microwave Tower. Okay, here's where you have to make the turn. You veer off to the right. You see the fence and the gate. That's the Fort Irwin. And you go up in the Fort Irwin training area. Now, when I was a kid, this is where we would come out. If you took this road and stayed on it straight ahead, you would come into the base proper after you go through Azurwat Canyon and into Barstow. But we're going this way, so we're going to make our right-hand turn, and we know where we are on a map, and you can look us up on a map if you're following me. Thank you. Have a great day, and we're going to keep going. A little bit better. You know, if you're looking, look at white paddle markers on the side of the road. Like I was telling Erica, this used to be, when the microwave tower was open and operational, this was maintained like a freeway. It was a dirt road, but it was well graded, well maintained. Because people came up here on a regular basis to do maintenance on the microwave tower. Getting just some off-roading today. Okay, when we get up to the tower, we will be pretty much on the southwest corner of Death Valley National Monument. And if you do your research, we'll be about 4 miles, 5 miles away from the old mining works for Epsom salts. The Epsom salts mine was down there. And road's a little rough. And they built the monorail train to bring the Epsom salts over to Trona. And then it was shipped by rail car down to Los Angeles area. And the problem being is they would have continued mining that, but after they got into it and mined it quite a ways down on the lake bed, it started having too much dirt and sand in it. And started giving it too much waste to continue on to mine it, so they shut it down. And the monorail train was giving them lots of trouble.
That looked like that was a marker for something.
So I'll bring it back when we see some more interesting stuff. Well, Windy Bill here, and I made it. Okay, we're at the microwave tower site, Owlhead Mountain, and people, it's cold up here. Very cold. Okay, if we look that way, Barstow is probably 30 some odd miles that way. If we look that way, the town of Trona is just on the other side of those hills. That way,
we can go in the car and look out that way.
That way is going to be Death Valley, Pahrump, Dumont Dunes, probably 25, 30 miles that way. A little further than 30. This is what I wanted to make it up to. And very unusual, it's locked. But this used to be one of the main trunks for the microwave tower communication systems for the Bell telephone system. All the cables have been stripped out, but all the horns are left, and probably the building has probably been stripped out. It's hard to say. We have another set of solar panels And if I didn't know any better from the Cold War era and still active, that's a blast detector. And when I say blast detector, it's what they use it detects the white flash of light. The building now, looking at it. And we're going to walk all the way around this one time. Yeah, I was talking about a blast detector. And what it does, it was designed in a nuclear attack. It could pick up the flash of light and detect that. That's what they used to locate it. And this is a hardened site. When I say a hardened site, is when AT&T built these, Middel and AT&T built these sites, there were soft sites and they were hardened sites. A hardened site could withstand a nuclear blast within 5 miles of it, which this is. The tower is extremely heavily built. The fans, the cooling fans, everything is built to be able to withstand it. So this is what one of the old towers looked like. You know, for something that's abandoned, they take very good care of it. And this is pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. Some old metal from something they had also out there. Looked like something was right there. Okay, we're just going to keep moving. We got a lot of miles of rough road to get out of here. And like I said on that last video I did about this, these microwave towers played a very large role. As a kid growing up in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s, if you were in the LA area and you was watching TV and you see a TV show that said, live from New York City, which back then there was a lot of, this is how they got the signal. It was these microwave towers all the way across. Okay, that's that up there. You know, I haven't seen any cameras up here, which is unusual. Klein microwave tower off of Barstow Road, Highway 247, coming out of Lucerne Valley to Barstow. they have one of those detectors on it. All right, I guess we're gonna hit the road and get out of here. I may do a little filming on the way out. Now I'm pretty sure this tower had electricity running to it at one time. I've never been able to find which way it came in. Alrighty, so sun's getting low in the sky and we're heading out of here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you somewhere on the road down to the bottom. Okay.
Well, I guess that's the best I can
That's
do.
about as good as I can get. We're on our way home. We're leaving here now, and this is on the road down. Look at the view. Are you aware where you're backing?
I know.
And this is the view now.
Tell me how close I am, because I was going to try and do it out the front. What are you doing?
I'll show you the... You see the tower up there reflecting on the sunlight. Look at that view. That's a good view out there. Trying to catch as much good view and good footage as I can.